Hello children, in the last video we have seen about computer as an evolving machine, and this video we are going to see about the characteristics of computer. So computer are used in almost every field of the modern world. So it is used for reserving seat in railway, and is also used in the medical diagnosis, and is also used for satellite launching. The computer is able to perform all these functions due to its intrinsic character. Intrinsic means normal character, natural character which the computer has. Okay, so computer can able to perform many functions from railway seat reservation to medical diagnosis. It is also used for satellite launching. Okay, so almost in every field of the modern world nowadays we are using computer. So let's see about the characteristics of computer. First character is speed, then it have accuracy, it have storage capacity, it is used for multi-purpose, then efficiency, then automation, repeatable. Okay, so what are the characteristics of computer? It speed, accuracy, storage, multi-purpose, efficiency, automation, and repeatable. So now let's see briefly about all these characters. Okay, her speed. All the operation in a computer are caused by electric pulses. So I told that computer can do different operations like mathematical calculations, it can store data. Okay, so all the operations in a computer are caused by electric pulses, and since these electricity travels in the form of speed light, okay, speed of light. Okay, so how the speed of light will be? In the same way, the electricity which travel to the computer with a very high speed. Okay, the computer can perform operations at very high speed. Okay, so electricity travel to the computer is at very high speed, so that computer can perform all the operations at very high speed. Okay, the processing speed of computer is generally measured in terms of nanoseconds. Okay, so nano is smaller than micro. Okay, so it's very smaller, smaller unit. The processing speed of a computer is very high, that is it generally measured in terms of nanoseconds. A powerful computer can perform nearly 3 to 4 million operations in just 1 second. So now you can understand the speed of computer within this point. Yes, so powerful computer can perform about 3 to 4 million operations in just 1 second. Okay, so this is about the speed of computer. So computers can perform operations at very high speed. Now about accuracy. Each computer is inbuilt with many hundreds of circuits. Okay, so inside the computer it is built with many hundreds of circuits, and each of these circuits, electric circuit, it will perform certain defined task. Okay, that means the many circuits are present in the computer, so each of these circuits will perform certain defined task or certain specific function. Okay, the computer uses these circuits in scientific and industrial calculations. Okay, so the computer consists of hundreds of circuits, and these circuits is used in scientific and industrial calculation. Okay, and sometime there will be errors in computing. Okay, that is due to human negligence rather than a computer functioning. Okay, so the error in the computing is caused due to human negligence or human mistake. It is not because of computer function. So, if precious instructions and correct data always bring about desired operations and correct result. So, if we are giving proper instruction, so instruction means in the last video I told that this is the computer program. Yes. So, if we are giving proper computer program, and if you are giving the proper input data, it will always bring the correct result. Okay, it will bring about desired operations in the inside the computer, and it will give the correct output or correct result. If the provided input data or the instructions are wrong, the result coming from the computer will be wrong. Okay, so if the input data which is given by the user is wrong, then the result coming from the computer also will be wrong. So this phenomenon of wrong output due to wrong input of instructions or data is called input of instruction is called as garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so when we are giving wrong input or wrong data or wrong instruction to the computer, the result coming from the computer also will be wrong. So this phenomenon or this characteristics of wrong output due to wrong input of instructions or data is called as garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so it is also called as GIGO. Okay, so what is meant by GIGO? The phenomenon of wrong output due to wrong input of instruction or data given by the user, which is called as garbage in, garbage out. Now about storage of computer. So computer system has a very high storage capacity device called memory. So inside the computer system there is a very high storage capacity device which is called as memory. So even after years, the data which still stored in the computer will be accurate as on the day when it was stored. Okay, so if you are storing any data in the computer, it will be accurate as on the day when it was stored. Okay, even after years, if you want the particular data also, we can take from the computer. Okay, so the computer system has a very high storage capacity. Okay, and it can store the data very accurately. Then computer is used for many things, or multi-purpose means it is used for many purpose or many functions. So computer can do many functions like text editing. So text editing means if you are typing any word, if you want to edit or if you want to change that we can change it. So that is called text editing. Then graphics editing, then printing, gaming machine, and it is also used for calculating. Then it is used for playing movies, using a spreadsheet for budgeting. So we can use the computer for budgeting purpose, and we can read email. Okay, so email means electronic mail. Okay, so computer is used for different purposes such as text editing, graphics editing, printing, gaming machine, calculating, then playing movies. It will use a spreadsheet for budgeting and reading email, etc. Next characteristics of computer is its efficiency. So computer can perform each task at a very high speed. So already we have learned that computer can perform the function at very high speed for more quickly than a human being. So it can do function quickly than a human being and gives the same result every time. Okay, so it can work, it can perform every functions with a high speed, and it can more quickly, it can work more quickly than human being, and it can give the same result every time. So that is about the efficiency of computer. Okay, so it can perform all the task or any task with very high speed, and it will work more quickly than a human being, and it will give the same result at every time. Now about automation. So once a set of instruction is given to a computer to perform a function, it can do the same task in the future too. So almost without human interaction. So one set of instruction. So instruction means, already I told, it's a program. So when we are setting some programs in a computer, the computer can perform the particular function without the help of human interaction also. So it will behave like an automatic machine. Okay, so if we are programming the computer once, it can perform a function, so it can do the same task in the future too without human interaction. Okay, it behaves like an automatic machine. Now next about the repeatable characters of computer. So computer can perform a task repeatedly without getting tired. So if we are doing any work, human being will get tired as if we are doing continuously any work. Okay, but computer can perform a task repeatedly without getting tired. The computer can continue working not for hours but for years without switching off. Okay, so if proper power supply is there, computer can continuously work not only for hours, it can work continuously for years without switching off. That means it can perform any function repeatedly without getting tired. Okay, so this is about repeatable characters of computer. Okay, so in this video I hope that you have understand about the characteristics of computers. So now we can see about the difference between computer and calculator. So computer can work on number as well as on alphabets. Okay, so computer, we can see here in the tabular column difference between computer and calculator. It can work on numbers as well as alphabets. So computer can work numbers, even it can work on alphabets. But calculator, it can work on numbers and mathematical operators only. So it can only work on with numbers and some mathematical operations. Computer, it is programmable. So what is meant by programmable? That is, we can provide instructions which can be performed at any time. There is no need to give the instruction again and again. So already I have told its efficiency. So once we are programming the computer, there is no need to give the instruction again and again. So it can automatically repeat the same process. That is about computer. But calculator, programming is not possible. So it cannot perform the same process without fresh instruction. So when we are using calculator, every time freshly we have to give the instruction. We cannot program in the calculator. Okay, so programming is not possible in a calculator. Now, memory of a computer is very large. memory of calculator is very small. So you have studied in characteristics itself what the memory of a computer, the storage capacity of computer is very large, but the memory of calculator is very small. Then speed of a computer is very fast. It can perform lakhs of calculation in 1 second, but the calculator speed, the speed of calculator is not so fast. Then by loading different softwares, different types of tasks can be performed by a computer. So if we are installing different softwares, we can perform different types of functions with the help of computer. But the calculator can just perform mathematical calculations. Now, using a network, it is possible to access data and information from some other computer. So, we can collect data or information from some other computer using a network. But in calculator, there is no such facilities. The computer can display more than one result at a time, but calculator can display only one result at a time. So computer can give more than one result at a time because it can perform lakhs of calculation in 1 second, 1 second, isn't it? So it can display more than one result at a time, but calculator cannot display more than one result, can display only one result at a time. Now let's see about the difference between the computer and human being. So there are certain areas in which computers can perform better than human being. Example, calculations and storage. At the same time, there are certain areas human being can perform better than computer. Example, intelligence. Okay. So now we can see the difference between computer and human being. Computers can perform calculations at very high speed with 100% accuracy. Okay, so computer can perform calculations at very high speed with 100. So its accuracy is 100%. But humans, if we are doing any function, accuracy will be less than that of computer. Then computer have a very large memory which can store data, instructions and information for a long period of time. Okay, so computer storage capacity is more, so it can store data and instruction for a long period of time. But human being also have memory, but it works differently. Human being will forget some information. Okay, so otherwise we have to again revise it or retain it to us. So human being also have memory, but it can work differently. But human beings will forget some information partly or fully. Okay, so we have to often retain it. Now, our computer has a large memory. It can perform calculation at very fast speed. It has no intelligence. So, computer, there is a large memory, there is a large storage capacity, and it can perform calculation at very high speed. But if computer do not have intelligence, okay, it has no intelligence, that is it cannot take decisions itself, and it's fully depend on the instruction given to it by human being. Okay, so computer cannot cannot work itself. Okay, it depend on the instruction given to it by the user or by human being. Okay, but human being, depending upon the situations, human being can take decision on their own. That is, they have intelligence and can adjust themselves according to the situation. Okay, so these are about the difference between the computer and human being. I hope you all understand this lesson. Thank you, children.